Hello friends, Yossi Kaplan here, your friendly Toronto and Costa Rica Realtor. In this webinar today, I'm going to show you how to buy, acquire, and obtain an investment Airbnb condo in Costa Rica the easy way. This development has been set up specifically for this purpose to help people acquire condos in Costa Rica. You can be from anywhere in the world. You can be from Canada like me. You can be from the US. You're welcome to contact me for this opportunity. I wanted to let you know there's no cost for you to participate, and the price you're going to get from me is the same price you're going to get from the developer, because I've been cleared and trained by the developer to sell this development to you. So the price is going to be the same, and what you'll get is you'll get my expertise in managing and helping you obtain the right property from all those available to your needs and to your budget. So let me start by showing you about this specific property. Obviously, there are many more, but today we're going to focus on this specific one. This development is called Pacifico, and it's located in Playa del Coco on the Pacific in Costa Rica, just 35 minutes from Liberia Airport. Okay, I'm going to share here. I'm going to do a screen share and show you the map, so you see exactly where we are. Here we are. And what you're going to see here is you're going to see a map. And in this map, you can see where the Liberia Airport is and when the property is. So I'll zoom out for you a little bit. We'll switch to the street view or the map view. And this is the Liberia Airport. This is a large international airport in Costa Rica where a lot of the tourists come through when they go west towards Tamarindo, Playa del Coco, Nasacolo, all the tourist areas on the west coast, on the Pacific coast. This specific one, Pacifico, is very close, and the nice thing about it, it's moderately priced. The Four Seasons that is here, it's here, you can see, the first one comes $1,776 a room, and there are rooms up to $5,000. This entire area is filled with very, very expensive areas. So investment-wise, this is a very good idea, I believe, because it's close to the airport and you're really in a rich neighborhood. So if anyone wanted to access this area quickly and efficiently, but not pay $2,000 or $5,000 a night, this is an opportunity for you. I'm going to share a screen here, and we'll start just with a little teaser to show you what the ocean views look from the property. Then I'll move to the property itself. So you can see there are ocean views here. You're literally above the bay in Playa del Coco. Now, so you understand this specific development. I'll go back to the map here for a second. Now, this specific development has been around for 18 years, 1-8. The houses in the development were built a while ago, and you can see here the houses in the development. And what you see here, this area here in the center, this is where these 5 condo buildings are going to go. Okay, that's where they're going. Now, what happens is the area is already established. The town is right there, so it's very easy. Everything is established, whether it's property management, shuttle to the airport, the beaches, the store, everything is right there. It's a lot easier to add value to an area that is so close to the airport and already serviced. And in addition, like I told you, this area also is served by 5-star, 6, 7-star hotels, but there's no options for a tourist that want to pay $200 or $300 a night. And this is exactly where these come in. Okay. I'm going to run you, I'm going to start explaining about the properties now, but what I want to do first is I want to take a big look at this here. And what you see here is right here. I'm going to put myself right under these are where the 5 buildings are. These 5 buildings are the buildings which we're talking about today. And as you can see, if I can switch it a bit to the side, that's too much. Number 5 to the right And number 4, these are the ones under construction now, the time I'm making this video. Number 3, we take it, and they're 80% sold out. And I'm going to tell you in a minute about the deals and the specials and why these are still good investments and why it's still first-tier pricing at this moment. Number 3, we're taking reservations, and 1 and 2 will be ready in a later date. 4 and 5 will be ready for approximately winter of 2025, January onwards. Number 3 will be about a year after that, and 1 and 2 will be a bit more after that. Okay? Now let's get into a bit of details here. And these are one of the investment brochures that you have waiting for you. Once you sign, if you look at the link below these videos, there'll be a link for you, and you can sign up and you'll get access to my Google Drive with all this information. You can also email me and call me with any questions, and I'll tell you what's available, at what prices, and I'll help you pick the right unit. Now, here are the 5 buildings. You can see them very clearly. 5 is the very right one, and 1 is the very left one. So from left to right, 1 to 5. Okay? What they're showing you here is they're showing you, of course, the richness of Costa Rica and the beautiful town of Playa del Coco. And here is a map. Pacifico is right here. I just showed you in the Google map. Okay? Now, this is the beach club for the entire Pacifico community. This beach club is already working. It's complete. It's full. It's wonderful. This is a real picture. It's not a render. And when you become an owner in Pacifico in the Naomi phase, which are the 5 condo buildings, you have access to the beach club. And your HOA, which are your condo fees or your monthly fees for the unit, depending where you come from, they cover all that you need for the beach club. That means that you don't have to pay extra for this beach club. Okay? That is very, very important, because if you're going to stay at the beach club for yourself, or one of your renters will not stay at the beach club, stay at Pacifico and use the beach club, you and your renters and everyone else in the 5 buildings can let their tenants and their renters and the tourists use the beach club. It's part of the deal. Okay, so that's very important, because it's a very important amenity. Think about it. You come out of the airport, you drive for 35 minutes, you put your stuff in the condo, and you go down to the beach club. In addition, there are actually, and I should have mentioned before, there are, and I'm going to go back here, to the right of number 5 and between 3 and 4, there are pools. So if you wanted to use the pool and not go all the way down, you can just use those little pools that will be there at between 3 and 4. There's a small amenity space, and to the side of 5, there's also one. Okay. Here is building FAQs. If you wanted to know, the developer name PDC Limitada Limited, the builder is Proyocon, the architect Garnier, the law firm Invicta. Now, if you are buying with the developer, your closing costs, which I'll get back to at the end of this, the second half of this webinar, will include your legal fees. Okay, with Invicta. The boutique is 6-story mid-rise, approximately 30 suites or units per building with 150 total. So it's not such a large project. There are 1 and 2 bedrooms and flex suites. Okay. Now, I'm going to get back to this in a minute, but understand that actually there are more 2 bedrooms and large units here than the small ones. So if you're investors and you're going for the 215 units and up, pay attention, because this is very important. There are actually very small amount of 1 bedroom here and large amount of larger, more expensive units. And as investors, if you do the numbers like me, you know that the smaller unit can yield very high returns. Okay, so that's important to know. There you go. You got parking, elevator per building, and the HOA, which are your condo fees. It's called HOA here, include landscaping, roads, garbage removal, maintenance of common elements, 24-hour security, and beach club membership. And spring 2025 will be completion for the first 2. Okay. Here's a key plate. A key plate is if you slice the building across, that's what you get. And you can see we have 3 small units and 2 large units for floors 1 and 2. Now, when I say floor 1 and 2, actually these floors, and pay attention here, the first floor of the building is the parking. So it's above ground parking, and floor 1 is really the floor above it, so it's a second floor. Okay, so go back to the key plate, and then the floors above 3, 4, 5, and 6, you get similar units this way. Okay, very good. There's an FAQ here. You'll get access when you register below. It'll just send you the link and you can read the whole thing. But it basically will say quite a few of the things I tell you and some more. This is another amenity that I really think that you should pay attention. And this is the sailboat club, or the boat club. Now, the people that started the Pacifico, they love to fish. So they bought a bunch of boats, apparently, and those boats are parked at the boat club down by the water. And if you're an owner, you have access to the boat club when you want to use it for yourself. Now, if your unit is in the rental pool, I'll get to all the numbers in a minute. If you're an owner of the rental pool and one of the renters that Airbnb your unit or VRBO your unit use in the boat club, you're going to get half of the revenue generated, 50%. So the Pacifico Boat Club will split with you income coming from renters that use in the boats, okay, from your renters. So this will be in your agreement, but that's great because it's a bit of extra income for the people that are members of the boat club. Now, the boat club, currently there is a sale on it, so it's very inexpensive. It's a one-time fee, and then it's fee per use. And even without it special, it's still very affordable, and I think it's a good thing to do, to be a member there, because it gives you more options for investment. Now, I'm going to show you here a list that I went through and I prepared for you, and then I'm going to get to the numbers. Now, what's going to happen when I get to the numbers, if you're watching this on YouTube or on a public channel, the video will be cut at that point, but use the link below to sign in to the webinar version, which is the whole version, and you'll see all the numbers. And the reason is because the agreement with the developer is that I do not expose numbers publicly. So this is how we do it in the industry. You get all the free information, and the number is also free, but you have to register, so it's just not lying around online, especially if units are sold and then these numbers or the units available that I show you here no longer match. We don't want anyone to, how come you tell me this price but it's not available? So that's why we ask for a login, and then you can request current prices, what's available, and I'll send it to you. Okay, so here we are. So the first thing about Costa Rica, and I assume you know this, but Costa Rica is an amazing retirement destination. It's a blue zone, which means there's area in Guanacaste that people live for a long time because it's sunny and the fruit and everything is great. It's safe. A lot of people go to retire in Costa Rica. It's affordable. The tourist visa is now 180 days, not 90. So you can come for 180 days, just hang out and then go back to North America, wherever you're from. And Costa Rica offers you residual income and value growth. So investments in Costa Rica real estate tend to do very well traditionally. And in a minute, I'll show you some returns and some real numbers we will calculate regarding these specific units. And I'll show you which units are, in my opinion, are the best for investments and why I would invest in these and not those. Now, obviously, if you're here, just pure investor like me, you just want to make as much money as you can on your investment, then there's a specific unit to buy, I believe. You can look at the numbers yourself and decide for yourself. However, if you want to use the unit for your own usage, that's also okay. You can do that. You don't have to pay management fees or anything like that, just the basics. But in that case, you may want to buy a larger unit. Okay, so we'll get to that in exactly a minute. So now I'll show you a bit of the investments, but I'm really going to get into the units themselves and the calculations in a minute, but the video may stop for you if you are on YouTube or public channel, but just follow the link below and watch the rest of the video like that. The investments, your units start at 215 USD, okay, 215, that's what they start at. Now that depending on availability, how many units left, which units, and so on. Now, these units, I really like them, the ones of the 215, because they're smaller units, more efficient, and there are not so many of them. That means that if someone just wants a cheaper unit to rent out, they come into Costa Rica for a week or two, they may prefer this one and not the more expensive large ones. So there could be a situation, I think there will be a situation, where the small units get booked a lot, maybe more than the large units, because they're cheaper to rent. Because that's how the pyramid works, right? The base product, the lower end product, or the cheaper, less expensive product usually turns to rent or sell faster than the more expensive one. And there's less of them here and more of them here. Okay? So that's just common sense. The other units, they are 1,200 square feet or a little larger, and they start about 550 USD. Okay. The taxes are low in Costa Rica. They're low. The HOA fees down here are low, but also include the beach club access and those 2 pools I told you about. The management fees are $150 a month. That's to manage the unit when it's in the rental pool. If you live there, I don't think you have to pay that. There's a standard furniture package for all rentals. That means that if you're going to invest in a rental, all the rental units are going to have standard furniture package. Those are currently on sale from the developer. So I asked them, how did they choose? And they said, we chose something that really fits the area and really fits people's expectation and looks good and very durable. Okay, so this guy's been doing it for a long time. They know what to look for. So what happens, and this is common in a lot of these type developments, is all the furniture package are unified, because then if something breaks, it's easy to repair and replace, and it gives kind of a professional vibe of a hotel, and not I bring this stuff and you bring that stuff. No, they all look the same. They're all managed centrally, and it's done for you. So this is a turnkey investment handoff. Basically, you pay for the unit. There's some financing options too, and then you can just do nothing and it'll be run for you. And if you want to use it, you can. And by the way, if you want to sell the units, you can sell them. It's an easy process. I'll go over it later if I have a bit of time. But now we're looking into the acquisition. The rental pool will pay you 80-20 split. So 80-20 split means that you get 80% of the rental revenue after whatever expenses are cleared, and the management gets 20. That's very, very good for Costa Rica, because it could be 30-70 or 35-65. And the management fees are only $150 a month, which is good. The HOA fees also include the beach club I mentioned, access, and 2 pools. That's very, very important, because people come to Costa Rica. Imagine it's so easy to come there. You just fly to Liberia, you take a taxi, 35 minutes, and you're there. You go downstairs, you're in the pool, and then you go to the beach club, and you're there. And you're in the Playa del Coco, you're there. If you're the Four Seasons, you can't really leave. You're there, it's great, but then you have to go all around the peninsula to get to town. And this way, you can just go to town, get something to eat, sit at the bar, make some friends, meet some friends, anything you want. The access is very, very important. It's very, very important. I think that really makes the investment here very, very viable. And I did mention that the boat club owner pay no fee to use. They pay a fee for the boat. They just don't have to pay access once they bought the membership. That's one time. And then they receive 50% from revenue when the unit renter books the fishing boat. That's extra income. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to switch pages, and the video is going to stop at this point if you're on public channel, YouTube, or whatever, because I'm going to show the actual units, the plans, the numbers, the investments, all their financials. So to keep watching, it's free, but we have to put like a email gate on it. So you got to put your name, email, phone number, and then just keep watching the video in the link below. It's over on my site. Thank you very much. So here we are. Jump in. If you're already watching inside the webinar, inside the site, we're just going to keep going, okay? So So I'm going to show you now. The first unit. Okay, the first unit, which is the valley unit. Here it is, the valley unit. Now the valley unit, this is the investment analysis of the valley unit. I want to show you what it looks like. Let me bring it up here. Let me just show you here a couple more things about the property. So this is the Pacifico map you can see here. I kind of showed you on a Google map. You can see it here. And these are the 5 Naomi buildings that we talk about. And you can get an idea of what the unit's going to look like. They're going to be modern, very clean, very nice, very useful, lots of views, especially the large units, which are the corner units. You get great view, fresh air, and this is the pool area in between the buildings that I told you about. So it's kind of a mini club in the club. And there you go, overlooking the boats. Okay, and this is the valley. This is very, very important because this is the investment unit that we're talking about right now. Okay, so this unit is 599 square feet indoor. 599 square feet. Okay, so 600 square feet. Like that. And there's 104 square feet balcony. Okay, 703 in total. Now, this unit is very, very important because there are not too many of them. And these make the investor units because these are the lowest priced units. Now, some of these units are looking towards the hill. So you're not going to have water views or partial water views. That's why they're priced lower. In my opinion, this could be the highest ratio units that will give you the best income because the entry price is so low. That means that more renters can rent the unit, and your percent of your nights rented versus 365 is the highest, right? So the more accessible your product is, the more people rent it, and they will say, I don't need to look at the ocean. If this price is lower, I'm just going to go downstairs and at the ocean anyways. And most people don't spend time at the unit. They come there maybe to have dinner and then they go out of town. So really they come to the unit to sleep, to change, shower, eat something, and go back out. So that's why I think these units are very, very viable. Okay, so I'm going to switch back now. And this is the investment analysis for this unit. I showed you the valley. Okay, so in this example here, the down payment is 30%. Now, some of these units will be 30% deposit. Some of them will be 50% deposit. You can get financing, or you can pay 100% and then basically keep all the profits. You'll have more profits to you. In this example, and your specific situation could be different. This is just one example out of many. The mortgage amount is about $172,000. These are US dollars. The acquisition cost, you're looking at about $12,282. With 30-year amortization is 6% interest. You're looking at about $1,030, $1,031 a month for the mortgage payment. Okay. Now, if you pay cash for that, then there's no mortgage payment. That's $1,000, $1,031 in your pocket back. And if you had a different arrangement, a 50-50, then this amount will likely be lower. Okay. If your interest rate is higher, this amount could be higher. So it really depends. And when we speak, I'll help you calculate what would be the return amount approximate for your unit, for your budget. Okay. And I will show you at the very end, we do have financing options available, which are, in my opinion, quite decent in the global financial market. I think it's pretty good. Okay. Here are the operating expenses. The operating expenses means how much it costs you to run this unit. Okay. You're an investor. And if I didn't show the numbers, let me show them here. I might have missed them. Okay. So these gonna show here the investment house, and you can download all this from the site, okay, from my Google Drive. So commission for rent, this is based on the 80-20 rule, okay. This unit receive $3,600 down here. So $720, that was your commission for rent. $300 is for utilities. Property manager, that's a fixed $150. Taxes $83.33, that's fixed. These are your HOA fees that include the club access and inflation. So you're looking at $1,153 expenses. Price per night estimated $200, and 18 nights per room, that's $3,600. Okay, that's what they did here. Now, a small unit may get more than 18 nights per month, but this is average annual. And depending on your expenses may be higher or lower. Okay, so take this with just an example, one out of many, but it'll give you an idea of what you can expect here or what you're looking at. And these are real numbers because these people been there. The Pacifico is around for 18 years, and Playa del Coco is a tourist attraction. These are reasonable numbers. So your income for rent for year one, you can see they're estimated about $43,000, which is, I think, quite conservative. Goes up to $51,500 in year 7. To me, that's quite conservative. With global inflation, we may see higher. With demands, I think we will see higher. So these are the income commission. That's the 20%. These are the expenses for the administration. This is clearing of that 1031 a month. And these are your total expenses. And this is your cash flow of 8348.91. So 9.71 for this year, up to 17% in 7 years. Now, mind you, if you didn't have a loan payment and just paid cash, there's a lot more money coming back to you. So if you're looking for a place, and a lot of people do that because these units at $215 plus all the expenses to close them and to run them, they're still very reasonable for Costa Rica. Okay, and here they're estimating that the market value of the unit in 7 years will go up by $100,000. Okay, so you can see that your value is increasing. You're making cash flow out, and the value increases. And then, of course, you can sell the unit if you want it, or just keep it or live in it. Okay, so here's some ideas, some numbers of what to look for. Now, I'm going to quickly show you the Tide. The Tide in buildings 4 and 5 has been sold out. We are taking reservations for building 3. Okay. I can tell you it'll be first tier pricing like this one. Could be slightly more, but still taking reservation for the Tide. It's a similar investment, but the numbers here get larger. Okay. And here are the large unit. That's a large 2-bedroom, 13. This is a total, but that's about 1,200 square feet on the inside. Purchase price $530, 7-year cash return $438. So that looks pretty good. And you can see here that the price per night is $350. It's quite a bit more. It's 50% more than the other one, right? And with only 18 nights a year, you're looking at $6,300 per month. Okay, so 75,000 return on the first year and 90,000 income, 90,000 on year 7. And then you're looking at some serious up in your investment, looking at cash on cash 7-year ROI that looks very, very positive here. Okay, so this is for you to download, and you can look through it and see what you like to do with it. Okay, I'll be back now, and I'll give you a quick recap of what we talked about. So this is Naomi, which are these 5 buildings within the Pacifico development, which is established. It's got an established beach club. It's got a boat club with an optional membership, which you can make 50% back of your renters renting boats at the boat club, which is extra income. It's got an 80-20 split with $150 a month management fee. It's got a furniture package that you have to buy if you're going to participate in the rental management program. It's got fantastic location, only 35 minutes from the Liberia airport, which is absolutely fantastic. And it's right, here's Liberia there, and it's right inside the town of Playa del Coco, and you are surrounded by very, very expensive places This is only 500 a night. It's secrets, and this is 1777 now. So it went up by $1 since I started. Okay, and here you can get a room for 200 to 350 a night on average. So that makes a lot of sense. It's very easy to get. The famous Playa Hermosa is here. Tamarindo is just down there. Right down is Tamarindo. So that's a very famous resort town. And all the amazing. And you can see Liberia town here. The airport is here. And you literally just have to drive 35 minutes. Okay. There's obviously a lot more, but I think that this is very, very good. Start to learn about this project. I really, really recommend that you sign up, download all this information, and then give me a shout. You can see here on the right, that's where they're going to go. Okay, right there. And I really suggest that you give me a shout, and I'll run you through this, and I'll go on call with you and answer all your questions, and also tell you what is available at what price and what is no longer available. If there's any other additions, are there any incentives, are there any sales being offered on this development? Bear in mind, it's not a large development. Buildings 4 and 5 already sold 80%. 3 is taking reservations. 4 and 5 will be ready in 2025 early. 3 will be ready 2026. 1 and 2 probably 2027. Very nice. Here's I don't know if the furniture package will be exactly that, but you can expect kind of the style to be somewhat similar. Lots of beautiful views, especially for the 2-bedroom units. There are, between buildings 4 and 5, there's an area with a couple pools you're looking at now, and to the side of 5, there's also an area. So, and if you wanted to go down to the beach club, you can, to the city. And here are the units, the valley. See right here, there'll be some half wall here. Here is the tide. Right now it's sold out. See, there's not too many of them, that's why. And these are the sunsets. They start at 1170 square feet on the inside, which is kind of a 2+ den. Okay, very, very nice development. Well done. I think it's a viable investment opportunity. If you know Costa Rica, it's really, everyone wants to be in Costa Rica. It's offering 180 days of tourist visa, 180 days. So very good. Thank you very much. Yossi Kaplan here. Call me or email me with any questions.